Darkness cloaked my room, the moonlight's feeble attempt at piercing the shadows casting an eerie glow. Days had passed since I first noticed the disappearances, pages violently torn from my diary, photos of me vanishing from my albums. The initial anger and confusion had given way to a gnawing dread that refused to release its grip. I had tried relocating my diaries and albums, desperate for a solution, hoping that perhaps it was just a cruel prank by friends or the twisted obsession of a lurking stalker. Even the police had been involved, though their dismissive response left me feeling helpless and alone. Frustration fueled my efforts. I secured locks on my drawers, convinced that this would bring me the peace of mind I so desperately sought. Yet my hopes crumbled like sandcastles as a chilling sound roused me from sleep. The rattling noise reverberated through the darkness, jolting me awake. Straining my eyes in the dim light, my heart raced as I caught a fleeting glimpse of a figure darting out of my room. Adrenaline surged through me, washing away the remnants of grogginess as I lunged out of bed, determined to confront whatever nightmare had infiltrated my reality. In my haste, I collided with an unseen obstacle, my body crashing to the floor with a painful thud. Ignoring the dull ache that spread through my leg, I fumbled for the light switch. The sudden burst of light revealed a nightmarish tableau. Locks lay shattered, drawers yanked open, and contents strewn about. Panic clawed at my throat as I rushed to inspect my albums and diary. Each album I owned had been rifled through, once joyful memories now tainted by this sinister intrusion. My diary lay torn and desecrated, pages ripped out with brutal disregard. Tears blurred my vision as I reached out, my trembling fingers tracing the empty spaces where memories used to reside. Summoning every ounce of courage, I dialed the police once more, my voice quivering as I recounted the latest nightmare that had befallen me. Their promise to station an officer nearby offered a fragile lifeline, a glimmer of hope in the encroaching darkness. Days dragged by, the weight of my paranoia growing with each passing moment. Every creak of the floorboards, every rustle of the curtains sent shivers down my spine. And then a glimmer of hope. The flashing light on my phone signaled a new voicemail. My heart raced as I listened, hope giving way to despair as the message delivered news of the neighborhood patrol's cancellation. Anguish mingled with rage as I called the police, demanding answers to the cruel trick that had been played on me. As their explanation reached my ears, a chill ran down my spine. I had canceled the patrol, except I hadn't. Panic surged through me, a frantic urgency propelling me back to my apartment. And there, standing before me, was a mirror image of myself. But something was wrong. The way it stood was uncanny, its movements just slightly askew. Its very existence was off, a minuscule yet indescribable distortion. And in her hand, my diary. To my horror, she tore a page from it and stuffed it into her crooked mouth, her eyes locking onto mine with harrowing intensity. A revolting realization began to take hold as I saw that with each consumed page from my diary, the distorted reflection shed its uncanny facade, inching closer to the form of what it truly represented. I could only watch in terror as this monster, the sickly manifestation of the smiling photos and diary confessions it had consumed, moved inexorably toward me. In a voice that can only be described as a chilling echo of my own, it whispered, "One final piece.